I get to see movies at one of the coolest movie theaters in the whole country, and definitely the coolest movie theater in Los Angeles. Hey, it's your old pal Devin Faraci, and I'm here to tell you all about the Vista Theater, located in Los Feliz at the junction of Hollywood and Sunset, easily the single worst intersection in the entire city. It's a gorgeous single-screen theater where I recently saw Paul Thomas Anderson's latest masterpiece, One Battle After Another. There's a cool forecourt with handprints in cement, sort of like the Chinese theater, but with some cooler stuff here. I mean, you can see here Martin Landau, Alison Anders. It's pretty neat. It's a great way to walk into this theater. And when you do walk into this theater, you are met with a really gorgeous lobby that includes this very cool-looking spot where you can go and buy your food, your candy, your snacks, and your vegan hot dogs. Pretty neat. In the theater, you can see how gorgeous it is. It's just beautiful in here. Single screen, a lot of Egyptian-looking stuff because the theater was built in the 1920s when our good friend King Tut was a big deal. This is not King Tut. This is D.W. Griffith's racist epic Birth of a Nation. And that's here because before the Vista was built, the movie was shot on this location. This town was built where the Vista Theater is today. Griffith returned to this exact same spot to make his next film, Intolerance, which is kind of a big apology for Birth of a Nation. And if you look at all those little dots, those are people. This is where he built his Gates of Babylon set. Look how big that is. It's incredible. In 1923, a guy named Lou Bard built a theater on that spot. It's called Lou Bard's Playhouse or Lou Bard's Hollywood. And what you see there is you see the opening night when baby Peggy shows up to do a little bit of in-person appearance. Eventually, Bard's got renamed the Vista Continental, and what we end up with is a theater that began showing foreign films. But by the 1960s, things changed. The Vista Continental became, shall we say, an adult theater, and eventually, it was originally hetero, became a gay adult theater, and it stayed that way for 20 years. It became a repertory theater after that, and look at this calendar. The lineup is great. There's a movie I would go see every single day of the week. The theater did rep and first-run screenings for the next 4 decades, and that ran up until the pandemic. In 2020, the sign came down. Things looked pretty grim. Then this sign popped up, and it turns out that the reason why this sign popped up is because the theater was bought by none other than Quentin Tarantino, who already owns the New Beverly, which is the other coolest and greatest movie theater in Los Angeles. Newly renovated, the theater reopened just in time for the 100th anniversary, and the fact that True Romance played there is pretty fitting because that movie was filmed at the Vista Theater. And it's doubly fitting because Quentin Tarantino wrote the script for that movie, so it feels like the whole thing's come in full circle. Ever since Tarantino bought the Vista, it plays nothing but movies on film. And that includes One Battle After Another, which was played in VistaVision, one of 3 theaters in the entire country that played it on this format. No movie has been released in VistaVision since the 1950s. It was such a cool experience. If you love movies and if you get to LA or you're in LA, you gotta go to the Vista. You gotta see a movie there. The New Beverly's on the place you gotta see movies, but the Vista is, I think, one of the most slept on, coolest spots in the whole town. Go see a movie at the Vista.